So it looks like this is the first question. Says, my SEO shield was just delivered, but I have no idea what to do from here. I only got logins to an ID page and a Pearl account plus a Pearl. Okay, so you shouldn't have got anyways. I'm just going to read the question. Got logins to an ID page and a Pearl Trees account is what that means, plus an HTML file to download and a Google site URL. What about the syndication network and the IFTTT? Where do I post content? Please advise or tell me where I can find a tutorial to use these assets, which I'm sure are awesome. Yes, I have the Battle Plan 4.0, but there's no mentions of what to do with these assets specifically. Thanks. Well, the delivery email should have contained all of your information unless it came in and separately. Like, in other words, when your syndication network, if it was a SEO Power Shield, which includes all the stuff, then you should have gotten an email when the syndication network was delivered, which should have been first before the drive stack was completed. So, and then when the SEO Shield is delivered, it gives you, once you log into that Google account, which, by the way, that's one of the first things you should do, guys. As soon as you get your SEO Shield back, log into the Google account, because it binds that account now to your IP. We recommend that you do that like right away, like within a few days anyways of receiving that email. But once you log into that Gmail account that was provided to you with the login details, then you click the URL to the spreadsheet which opens up like the drive stack, essentially all the files and folders and everything. And then through that same Gmail account, you can click in the drive and you can actually go in and look at all the individual files and folders and all of that kind of stuff. Are we sending out the done for you RYS Black Book with the delivery from SEO Shields? If not, we should include that, Marco.
No, that's standard practice, because although it's a bundle, as everything is done, it gets delivered. And part of the delivery is, of course, the done for you users guide.
Okay.
And the battle plan says exactly what to do with whether it's a new asset or an existing asset. As the pieces come in, your next step is link building, well, press releases, link building, embeds, link building, more press releases, until you get the results that you're looking for. I mean, it doesn't change. Our system hasn't changed in I don't know how many years, because it simply works. It's just the way we bundled it. And he's asking about his syndication. Well, he submitted the syndication point, which is his RSS feed or wherever it is that he's going to be syndicating from into his syndication network, so that his content can be published, right? So he should have gotten it. Without that, we wouldn't have built the syndication network. So he's asking about that. He's supposed to be blogging from there. So he's supposed to look into how to set up his silos, how to go after the top market level category. These are all things that we've discussed in past Hump Day Hangouts. I mean, the approaches, everything's free in our YouTube channel. All you have to do is use the channel search function and look for all of these things. What do I do with the RSS feed? How do I syndicate? All questions that can be answered from our YouTube channel, from our free content. You can go into the free Facebook group and ask a question. I know that this particular one, I told them, ask in Hump Day Hangout so that we could go into more detail about what to do. But because I wanted to make sure that everyone knows is, like, we're not doing anything different. You get the syndication network, you start syndicating content. You don't have to wait for everything else to come in, right? It should be primed. You should have content ready. You should have your silos more or less ready. If you didn't, then you should have gotten a keyword research gig from us where we can suggest how to approach your niche. But I mean, nobody knows your niche better than you, or you should be researching your niche to the point where nobody knows it better than you. We can give you suggestions, and we could give you question format so that you can do questions and answers in your content, in your syndication. But again, nothing has changed from the beginning. It's still the syndication network. The syndication network is for syndicating content, and it's for bringing that entity together, right? It's the beginning of the validation process. We did a whole webinar on that, as a matter of fact, in MGYB. Then, as everything else, the ad ID gets delivered, and then the final piece of the puzzle of the SEO Shield, the drive stack and G site. Well, that's what you hammer with the link building, and you can shoot your press releases through that and out into your tier 1 branded, which is your syndication network. This is all a process, and it's all set up. And again, we discuss it thoroughly in the battle plan, not only in the battle plan, but in the in the webinar that we did, where you, Rob, and I got together and we discussed all the different parts of the battle plan and how to approach it and what to do with it. It's all there. It may take a little bit of research into the YouTube channel, but it's all there and it's all free. It's all free. So all you have to do is go place the order with MGYB and okay, what do I do with this? Well, thank you for coming here and asking so that we can go into detail. Thank you. But all of these things are available.
Yeah. So like, where do I post content? If it depends on what you used as your trigger, or, you know, told us to use as a trigger for your syndication network. Was it a blog syndication, so using an RSS feed, or was it a YouTube channel? That's the question. So you just post content to whatever you chose as your trigger for the network, right? So either post blog posts on your blog, or upload videos to your YouTube channel. That's where you would post the content to. I do think that this is a good opportunity, perhaps, for us to do, Marco and Rob and I, perhaps to jump on create a webinar for MGYB, like an update webinar that is just a quick run through of what to do after your SEO shield has been delivered, or while you're waiting for all of the components to be delivered. Maybe just do a quick webinar as an update that we can then send along with the delivery email with the done for you users guide and all that stuff. But just to kind of give an additional resource, I'm up for that. So if I could twist Marco and Rob's arm to jump on with me in the next couple of weeks, maybe we'll do that as an update webinar for MGYB, just to kind of give it all, consolidate it all into one, 20-minute video or something that explains on, what best practices are for going forward. I think that might be helpful. What do you say?
No problem. Just set it up.
Okay. So yeah, we can do that. In the meantime, yeah, go look. The done for you users guide should have been delivered. If it hasn't been, just contact mgyb.co, support at mgyb.co, and request it, and we'll make sure you get it. But it should have been delivered. And then go back and check for your syndication network. Whenever that's completed, you should get an email for that first, like, a week or however many days prior to your done for you drive stack being completed, because that's always done first, if that makes sense. So if that's what you ordered as an SEO Power Shield, along with, with all the stuff included, then that's the timeline that you should have received notifications. Okay.